Your connection is better.
It should be. You tell me. Testing, testing.
Yeah. So it does sound a little better, almost a little choppy, but
A little choppy, but better. I can't blame nothing else but Verizon. Let me or the Wi-Fi. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi.
well, you was kind of clear now, so I think you got it. Just whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's working.
Testing, testing.
My signal went out early on the space. The entire space crashed. I don't know what happened.
So it's probably something going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, probably so.
Faith, Faith, sent to do that right now on Twitter. I'm sending you the new link. Or if you go to my, you go to the Twitter, and on the top of the
See, I can't hear you. It's like you went out. It's not clear.
yeah, I'm talking on
You sound far away now.
but Faith, if you go on Instagram on
You
my
sound
Twitter, you can check out the pinned tweet. It's gonna be on top. That's the newest link to get on.
so. If I go on your Twitter, your Instagram link is on the Twitter bio.
No, I was talking to someone on Instagram. We're live on Instagram too. So someone on
Oh,
Instagram
oh.
was asking for the link on Twitter. So I told them if they go on the Twitter, you can see the space link right there on the pin tweet. The newest one
Yeah,
because I don't read three links to that.
basically,
Huh?
if they find your profile, it'll be blue, lit up in a blue ring or purple ring. If they click it, it's gonna
Right.
take them straight to the
That too.
space you in.
So I don't know why your sound is low. Like I want to hear. I want to make sure that everybody on Instagram can hear what's going on the phone, and it's not really that loud. So if you could say something else right now, let me see.
So I've just adjusted my sound. Is it louder?
It's louder, but it's not like speakerphone loud.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm speakerphone loud though. It may be if you on IG on another device, you may have to connect the speakers.
Yeah, I'm on IG on another device. That's something I'm gonna have to figure out. You should connect the speakers. I can do that. I try to keep them on the same device,
Well,
but
I
that
mean,
wouldn't
when I
work.
say connect the, I'm saying lay the phone speaker near the other speaker. Mm,
So I was in there so far. I was busy.
my day
Is it good?
day has been well.
Good,
Yeah.
good, good, good. Had to do a few shouting today, get some stuff done. Look like it might get done. That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
got like 400 t-shirts. We're waiting for like a month. Man, it's crazy.
What color are they?
Black and white.
Oh, okay, black and white.
Some black, some white.
Yeah, I got you. I
Uh,
probably need a white one. I don't know. It depends on what color the font.
you gonna get both. You gonna get both. So you gonna text me the size, what you wear in sweatsuits, what you wear in the t-shirts, and what you wear in pants like shorts. Size. I need to make some more sweatsuits. It don't get that cold down there in Memphis, right?
Nashville? No. I invited a black man to the space. A black man. This is
Hey,
Inspire.
how you doing, brother? How you doing? I got push.
Go by the name of Prince. We're gonna the inspire is there for us just to inspire, you know? Welcome to the space. Were you invited or did you just I'm sure you was invited through Solidify, correct?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. As I told her earlier, I have a counseling that I have to conduct. I got pushed back like 15, 20 minutes. That's why I joined.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, but I heard you, brother. It's a great thing that you're doing. And I would hope that more people would want to be inspired.
That's a good one right there too. What do you got going on? I try to check out your page to see what you got going on out there. Then see any links. Do you have any links that you could direct us to? What you got going on?
As I told Solidify earlier, I used to, well, okay, so I work inside municipalities. That's my 9 to 5. By trade, I'm a plumber. I work for the Stormwater Division in Charleston, South Carolina. Um, I am by passion a motivational speaker, or as I've been doing that for over 10 years. And based on my history, I'm getting an echo. That's why I'm pausing.
You said you're getting the echo.
Prince, you might have to mute your mic. You might have to mute your mic while we speak because we are echoing.
No, no.
Oh, but if you mute your mic, then okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, just over the course of my whole entire life, I've always been around men. As most men, I'm no different than any other black man in America. I've had, I'm affiliated. I have had the opportunity to speak to juvenile offenders. I've been inside nonprofit spaces. I've been inside what we call church spaces. I've always been just a voice that men could depend on. And over the years, I've become more and more trusted, and I could be considered a wise counselor. So as I said earlier in another room, in another space, I apologize. Just over the years, brothers have called on me, and then I began to set a value on what I could do as a life skills coach. I don't advertise it. It's literally what I do. It's just who I am as a man. Yet, in recent years, I started a podcast with a couple of mentees of mine when I lived in Charlotte. That podcast is over, but those episodes are still out. And I am going to start a new podcast. I just have not put all the pieces together as I would need them to be put together before I launch it. So that's why you don't see any links. So that's the long answer to your question about where's the links. That's why you don't see any links right now. But when
No, that's a perfect answer. It's a perfect answer, brother.
but when the time is right, I'm going to go ahead and launch it. So yeah.
That's right. Well, that's what we're here doing. Connecting us together. Whoever we could, because that's what I want to get onto the topic tonight. Is more. It's not just it's having a base that we all could come to share our businesses and share the value that we have. Our business could be our lifestyle as well. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's not something that you have that's you're pushing out. That's a business, but it's something that you have that naturally you can offer to people, which is a lot of our niches. We take our niches and we turn it into business. So I definitely believe in what you got going on. Um, Motivational speaking, those are some big niches. Um, me even just starting the space right now is something I don't do. As far as speaking, I'm a real estate agent. Just a little bit about my background. I'm a real estate agent. I've been in it for a few years now. I'm fairly new in it. I look at it. I've been in sales before that, as far as car sales, and I do sales and promotion all my life, right? And I finally found a real business that I feel like I could do both and make and maximize my potential, which is in real estate and sales, right? Handling these transactions, and I see the bigger picture as far as getting marketing and doing marketing and how marketing even works better. I'm big on promotion. I'm big on putting the word out there. Now I see where I can put everything together. And what I struggle with as well is speaking. As an agent, I would, have to jump on the phones with people and things like that, which naturally naturally I could probably talk to you, right? I'm a people's person, but if I'm supposed to talk to you and it feels like a job, it's a little bit different. I'm not a telemarketer, it coming up with things to say. I'm not somebody who stays on the phone, but then now this is what's going to be my bread and butter, right? So I had to work it. So, and I see where I could expand my business to where if when I expand my business now, speaking gets to a lot more people at one time. So, now I'm throwing myself out there to, host seminars and real estate seminars and things like this now to pretty much put myself out there. So what you said is something that I know I can reach out to you for certain pointers when we have certain events that we have coming up in the future. You surely get an invite because we definitely need your talents on the stage. You know what I mean? And maybe it's something that you can also teach me or whoever else, the basics of speaking, public speaking. So I salute that, and I'm sure we're gonna have a few people in here. I just wanted to know if whenever you're ready to expand that business, I hope we have the connections here that you're ready, that you can use us to expand your business as well. I see Static and 239 G5 if I'm saying it right.
I did
Welcome
give
to the spaces.
239 a mic. I did give him a mic. I will mention that you had a um connection issue. So I don't know if that means your space may close. I'm definitely echoing. Um, Static is normally a listener in most of the spaces that I frequent. I don't know if people like to add something. If you do, Static, of course, requests a mic. 239, if you would like to add something, I did offer you a mic, but you can request one at your leisure.
And one of the things I will say to you, Inspire, and for everybody else in the space, and it's the quickest lesson and it will always ring true, no matter who you're speaking to on whatever level, from the person to person, one-on-one, to you speaking to a large group. And that is, in simplistic form, keep the main thing the main thing. Whatever your subject matter is about, it should be, your whole entire speech should always revolve around the point of the subject matter. So you're in real estate sales. If you stand in front of a group, they know they're coming to hear from you about real estate. You should always have 3 to 5 points that are universal and that will always ring true no matter where anyone resides. So it'll work for them if they're in Alaska, or if they're in Florida, or if they're in California, or if they're in Connecticut. Keep the main thing the main thing.
See what I'm talking about? Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Salute that. We gotta put that in the tweet. I was talking to Solidify earlier in the phone conversation, and he's putting down some things that's going on in the future, and that's some of the basic things that she just said as far as presentation, and that's where I look back to having the bulletins and the presentation to offer, and that boils down to what you're saying, keeping the main thing the main thing. I salute that and I appreciate that advice. I just wrote that down. I took notes. I'm about to tweet it and tag you in it. So appreciate that jewel right there. Welcome, Faith. Welcome, Faith, to the space. Can you please just tell us, Faith, who you are and what you got going on in business and in life if you want, but definitely business. I know you got a lot of business going on.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to hear from all of the business owners and all the aspiring business owners. My name is Faith. I've been an entrepreneur since about the age of 19. I'm now 30. So probably 11 years I've been an entrepreneur. I have a heavy background in real estate. Right now I'm putting my eyesight on helping people with debt solutions, credit solutions, business credit, personal credit, LLCs, helping them start formate businesses. I also do coaching for clients, helping them coach their businesses, how to make themselves stand out and dominate in their fields. I also have an e-commerce store and a physical store in Long Island. really into social media. I have quite a expansive background in media relations and working with some celebrities that you guys might know. I'm really excited to share my insight and also learn from you guys as well. And Prince and everybody else, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
I would like to add that although I may not do real estate, I have bought property, and it's people like me with the experience of going through the home ownership process that can help those that don't feel sure about it through um through conversation and consulting, and then I would advise them or refer them to somebody like Faith and Prince. And so those connections, although real estate may not be my direct thing, I am the bridge to encourage someone else to also seek that, and then of course I would refer them to somebody where that is their specialty. So no matter what you do and who you are, you always have a place in something to make life great for everybody, including yourself. I have worked with Faith directly myself. I actually met Faith through Prince. The relationship was amazing. It was very much customized to my needs. She was very patient. She responded back in a timely manner, and she helped me move forward with formatting a LLC, something that I did not have before prior to meeting her. In addition to that, she also referred me to contacts. So if she didn't have the answer, she had a contact to refer me to. One of those contacts was an attorney. I spoke to the attorney through her referral. The attorney let me know that I could contact him if I had any questions about anything, free consultation. It's just a lot of questions that arise in whatever adventures you're pursuing. And so Faith, I just want to solidify her business and the interactions that I experienced with her directly.
I really appreciate that. Yes, we definitely, were able to help her out, and I appreciate everything that you said today. I really appreciate that.
Heidi,
Faith is actually big on business structuring. I'm not sure if she mentioned as well. She's big on business credit. Faith, do you want to speak a little bit about that? Because we do have, and we will have some business owners that come in, or even someone's inspiring to, you know, get a business, or maybe just use business credit. The fundamentals of using business credit, I know you know, and it's great. A lot of times we can use it instead of using our own credit, which is a great asset and protection. Can you just give us just tap in a little bit of that game for us so we can keep this conversation going?
Absolutely. So, just like Malachi Prince said, business credit is one of my loves. Credit in general is one of my loves that I fell in love with. I love everything about credit and what it can do for people. And like you said, a business credit is a really beautiful thing because helps you avoid using your personal credit. So we want to keep our personal credit intact as well. So the beautiful thing about having the LLC is that you're able to tap into something that's called business credit. Now, business credit, it allows you to borrow money from the banks and different institutions to grow and expand your business. The reason why a lot of businesses fail to get the reason why a lot of businesses fail to give you some information is because lack of funding. Now, I'll just give you an example. One example for one of my businesses. I know that a lot of people were complaining. I'm not. I haven't really heard anything yet recently, but a lot of people were complaining about gas prices. So one of my businesses had a $5,000 line of credit every single month for gas. So gas wasn't an issue for me. Right now I'm being driven around, but when I was mainly driving, it wasn't an issue for me because I did have that line of credit. Had I had not had business credit, I would have been cash strapped, and it would have probably put a halt on my business. I'm going to be real, because I would have been paying my regular bills plus the store that I have. Plus, then I would be having to pay for gas. So that could have put me cash strapped. So having that card really gave me some wiggle room to invest and to be able to pay my staff. Because if you guys are business owners, you know how tough it is to be a business owner when you're paying staff and you're paying your own life bills and everything like that. So that's just one tidbit I want to give you on how business credit could change your life. And also, you know, I've had friends and clients who have gotten $20,000 business credit cards that they were able to use for inventory. You know, inventory right now, I'm in my living room and everybody doesn't have an extra $7,000 to get inventory for your business. So right now I'm looking at a bunch of boxes of some inventory that I have, and having access to business credit could allow you to stock up on your inventory. Because let's say you're running a business like my business, one of my businesses, an e-commerce store. You're sending out products. So you want to compete with the big boys like Amazon. And in order to compete with Amazon, you got to make sure you send your client that product immediately, because society is spoiled from what Jeff Bezos has done. So if you want to compete, you got to have that inventory on hand and immediately get to the post office to ship it out. So that's just some things that business credit could do for you. You know, if you want to go into more detail, you definitely reach out and speak to me and we'll talk about that. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
One of the items that it just popped in my head listening to you, ma'am, speak, is when you spoke about being able to not only apply for the credit, but receive the credit. You have to prove as a business owner that you're in a place, not only financially, paperwork wise, but you have to prove to yourself that you're in a place discipline wise, planning wise, to be able to even sustain that type of growth, to go from, like you said, to go from small boxes a few months at a time to large boxes every day of the week. And so can you speak a little bit to what that mindset, that shifting in mindset, and maybe even a little bit of how long it took you to go from a little bit of inventory to a lot of inventory, if you don't mind speaking on that?
That's a great question, and I'm really happy that you asked that. It's a really, really good question. I'm going to be honest with you. The store that I started, that I'm speaking of right now, I think I started that in about June of last year. So about a year. Now, it's not going to take everybody a year to get to that point. The reason why it probably took me that long, a year, was because I failed so much in business. Being that I started my first business at 19, I've had a bunch of money. I've lost it all, almost. If I didn't have family, it's gotten so real. If I didn't have family, I would have been homeless behind multiple businesses that I've started, because I believe so much in my business. I put it my all into my businesses. But now that I'm 30, I know better and I know what to do. So with this business that I'm telling you guys about, that I have a bunch of inventory for, I started off with very little inventory. I started off with drop shipping. So drop shipping is just something where somebody comes to your website, they order the product, you go to the manufacturer and you get the product from the manufacturer, and you, once you get it, you ship it out yourself, right? So it's a little longer process. Usually with drop shipping, let's say you're getting your stuff overseas or wherever you're getting it from, it might take 2 weeks to a month to get that product. You know, even some stores I shop with, it takes them a month to get their product. Now I'm competing with these stores now. So I don't want my clientele to wait a month to get their product. I want, when you shop with Bogot, that when you order, your order is going to be shipped out the next day, and you'll see that in the next 3 to 5 days, right? Depending on the post office or how they move. So I want you to get your product immediately. So I started off, my store started off as a jewelry store. I just wanted to sell jewelry at the time. So I had a few pieces of jewelry. I'm going to not even lie to you. I probably had like 5 pieces of jewelry. I would model them. I would wear them around. People would ask me, where did I get it? And then I got the idea to sell the product. But then it turned into a whole other store, because I love to wear fedoras. As you can see in my profile picture right there, I have a fedora on. So I would wear these hats, and the hats, it became like the hat store. People wanted the hats. They didn't even care about the jewelry. It became about hats. Long story short, it just became a big conglomerate of a lot of different products. So then I started to realize from trial and error of people doing a lot of orders, I wasn't expecting growth so quickly. But a lot of people in the Queens, Long Island area really mess with my business. They really love my business. They like me as a person, and they would give me so many orders and I wouldn't have the product. They would pay me. They trusted in my business and wanted to see me grow. They would pay me before I even had the product, and they would wait for their product. So thank God for those people in the beginning of my journey in my business that really supported us and really gave me the passion to keep going, honestly. Some of them even became models for the company. Long story short, after that experience, I started to realize if I want to be taken seriously as a serious brand and a serious, I call myself a luxury company, I need to provide a complete luxury service, just like our friend Tracy said in the beginning, from top to bottom. I had to provide that service. So in order for me to provide that service, I had to really sit down after my days of work and learn what the rich know. A lot of information that we're not taught in school. I had to find different funding options. I had to find out how are rich people able to sustain themselves throughout any financial catastrophe. How are they able to do it? And what I found through my rich friends was they're always borrowing money. And they don't care. You know what they told me? One of my friends, very wealthy person who's done 200 million in real estate deals throughout his career. He borrow, die. They don't care. You see how most average people are scared to get into debt? Rich people love debt. So I started to learn about these different options. And I don't want to get too deep because then I'm passionate about this, so I don't want to start talking too much. But to answer your question, it took me about 6 to 7 months to get from 5 products to damn near probably 500 products that I'm sitting on right now. Looking at about 500 products that I'm sitting on right now at home. So right now, the next stage, to give you a little vision of where we're going, eventually within the next year and a half, God willing, I'm hoping for a warehouse. That's my next step.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this warehouse.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. Go ahead. Go ahead, Solidify.
I was just saying it. Yeah, I'm impressed as well. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I know Heidi may not be able to grab a mic right now because if she could, she probably would have done grabbed it by now. But me and her had spoke before in spaces, and she mentioned that she was pursuing a business as well. So I'm sure she'll follow you all and be contacting you all to get her business started and off the ground. So I'm excited for everybody.
Hey, Faith, I appreciate that. Please post the link to your website for business structuring now so I can repost it as well, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll post it to the Jumbotron. I'm not sure if either one of you all know how to do that, but if you post it to your page, I'll post it to the Jumbotron for you.
Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, we're supposed to talk about this jumbotron.
Solidify, that's the third time between the two spaces I've heard you use that phrase. If you need it, I can do it, in the sense of being a bridge. I would literally, and this is me encouraging you, think about it, make sure it works for you. But I would literally encourage you to change your byline and say, I am a bridge, I am a translator, because you can take what someone is doing, you can hear it, and then you can translate it in such a way that people can receive it who may not be able to understand from the original speaker. So you really are like a bridge or a translator.
Do you know, I really appreciate that compliment. I've heard that multiple times. I mean, I get DMs from being in spaces and people like, you have an articulate way to say what you're saying and get it out so everybody else can understand it. Because for me, it's not about finding the largest words. to make you feel smaller than, even though I may know them. For me, it's about moving from point A to point B. And how do we get there? I'm all about solution. I'm all about whatever time is spent that is productive for everybody, even this type of time. With the people that took the time to come into this space, like I said, Heidi will use these services. I know because me and her had spoken before about her pursuing business when she get ready to retire. So these will be awesome contacts for her. I can stamp the services that I receive from Faith and my relationship with Prince. And so, yes, I really appreciate that compliment.
You're welcome.
I'm like Prince, though. I'm not really confident a little bit sometimes speaking to people because I do know I have a southern way of speaking, but I do realize that a lot of people do appreciate it sometimes, just where I'm coming from. So as long as we all get to where we're trying to go, that's what matters. So
I love everything
You
that's going on here.
solidify, you simplify our business. I appreciate you. So a question I want to have for who's in here right now so far is, how is everyone achieving in their marketing goals or achieve their marketing goals this year in business? I know, I
I'll
know.
go ahead and speak to
I
that.
get a sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'll go. You can go ahead and finish, and then I'll speak to that first.
No problem. I was just gonna say, I know. I took a different approach, especially going towards this end of the quarter. Is, most of my business is referrals. Just like right here, we got a conglomerate. It looks like, we could even lean on each other to prosper in our business. Right here, with just a little bit what we got going on, and what we're going to grow. A lot of ways I've been pushing in my marketing is really word of mouth. It's really street promotions like flyers, banners, really getting in their face. I believe in that still, not just online, and really working my network. You know what I mean? Really get back into who I've done business with, getting into their circle to create more business, and it's been growing. So now, the business I have, just like I've said before, I'm saying more, is a lot of times is, especially in the business I am in as a real estate agent, we're always sold on buying our business. And I believe in genetically having, genetically customers, authentic customers or authentic relationships will carry a longer way than paying for anything, right? It's more solid. It's more of a solid referral base. So how's everyone here been using or, achieving different marketing goals this year? And where do you see marketing going?
Uh, I just want to start. What Prince has been doing with his marketing has really inspired me. He helped me be able to access 5,000 flyers. So currently I probably have like 4,000 something left. Those have been really great. Those have helped the business a lot. It's something that, let's say you guys are doing a live event, it's something that people can remember you by. So that old school style of marketing definitely still works. One other thing I love that Prince has been doing was these big billboard, these I don't even know what to call them, these banners, that I've been seeing him doing. I know that they've been working for his business. I can just see the growth with that. So I've been even thinking about that. One thing I want to tell you guys to do that I saw gave me a push in business was to try to do some billboards. Even if the billboard, we're all in different cities, so I know that it'll be less expensive for you guys in your city. But when you do something like a billboard, it really solidifies you as the dominance in your business, because now people are looking like, okay, you're taking yourself seriously. A lot of celebrities, or these people that we call celebrities, or the big dogs, are doing billboards on a continuous basis. And I know a little something about billboards, so if you want to talk about that, I'll let you know and how to go about doing that. I love social media. But like Prince said, honestly, I feel like that face to face contact, there's nothing like it. Nothing's like that face to face. You know, social media has done really well for me in my life. I will never deny that. Social media has been incredible, but that face to face is something. And where I see the future going, I feel like with COVID and the shutdowns, people miss that interaction of being outside and talking to one another. So what I've been seeing in Manhattan, New York, is that a lot of more events are starting to pop up. A lot of them, and these live events are really changing people's lives. They've changed mine. I've invited Prince to some of them that have changed my life. So what I would say is go out into your communities and really get outside so that people can start to know that you're that person. Whether you're selling cars, you're selling service, whatever you're selling real estate, maybe you sell t-shirts. You really want to get outside and really let people know. I think that's the best marketing.
So some of the market techniques that I've noticed that some of my close friends have used is either like live reviews from people that have utilized their products. And so it may be a recording that they post to social media, just so other people are familiar with the services that they provided and how well the service is. Um, for myself, it's just kind of been like, I don't know why, but I'm just one of those people that I'm gonna meet people that need something all the time for some particular reason, and so I kind of just assist as I will. Of course, I've fixed my accounts to where they're business accounts, so that when tax time come, I'm able to capitalize off of those finances, the deductions and income. I've got airline business accounts and rental car business accounts, just whatever discounts I can receive, just having that as I take in income and my output so that it can balance out at the end of the year for me. I've also been more investing into other people's projects. That people that I trust, that I have those relationships with, whether it's my time and or financing. And so that's some of the marketing, and plus social media has been really big because those networks and your those connections, I mean, they just, you can't put a dollar on them. You just cannot put a dollar on them. So that's most of what I do, word of mouth. Al, hello, welcome to the space. I know that you have a business. I don't know if you want to add to the conversation, and give us a little snippet about what type of business you have and what type of marketing skills you've used um, to advance your business.
Yeah, it was good. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk about one thing that I noticed when I was doing the car rental when I first started. Right. Um, it's always good to put get business cards. Put your information on there where they can find you. With the cars, you also have to take pictures, take nice pictures. Same thing with Airbnb. Like when I was putting my stuff on Airbnb, like people want to look at the quality of what they're gonna potentially experience. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just gonna take pictures on your phone, like that's very mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Like you're pretty much selling your business to the person. So the first impression is always good. And when I first did the business cards or whatever, I didn't know how big it was gonna be. Like I'm getting a bunch of calls, random phone calls. Oh, I'm trying to book a car. I'm trying to book a car. And at the time, I only had like 2, 3 cars. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of forced me to push me to look into it more and get more inventory and things like that. So just going around to different restaurants, different places of business, dropping your business cards, things like that. And it also depends on what industry that you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, if you're doing car rentals, the business cards is always good. Have your website. Um, with the Airbnb, also have like pamphlets. Like you can pay someone to make a pamphlet for you. Um, and and you can kind of merge them together. Because if people are going to be traveling, they're going to want a place to stay. Or if someone's traveling for a place to stay, you probably could give them solutions on getting around and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But just little stuff like that.
Nah, I
So
definitely agree.
let me tell you before you
Go ahead.
Prince, let me tell you this before you reply to what Prince said. I mean, to what Al said. Al is a really great contact because Al knows law. Okay, he studies the law and he knows he knows the law. So he knows that. I'll let you speak to what you was to follow up with Al, and then Al can fill you in on just what he knows about law because he's had cases he's had to approach, knowing the Constitution, knowing our rights as consumers, and so forth.
Definitely. I see his last name is Bay, and I know how the Bays get down. So we're gonna, I'm not gonna hold you. I already know if you follow, we're gonna connect definitely. So speaking on business cards, something as small as business cards, that is big. That's what grew my before I was even a licensed agent. I knew I was going to become a licensed agent. I made a professional picture to put on social media, acting as if I was in the professional background already, or not professional background, but professional industry already. At the time, I wasn't as yet, and business cards. As soon as I knew I was passing my test, I made the business cards. It was the first thing first. I couldn't wait on the company's marketing team to make it. Went on Vistaprint, created my own, and I got right out to handing it. So that's where my business grew from. Was really from my business cards. Because the first year I handed out over 500 business cards. Now I have 5,000. I say at least around 3,000. I ordered 5,000. The end of the last year, and I give it out. I give it out to everybody. I even made a thing that even if I'm gonna shake your hand, my card is gonna be in your hand. That's how much I give out my card. If I'm doing a transaction with you in the store, anywhere, you should not have my card to do business with me, right? Anywhere is that. I came here for gas, take my card. You know what I mean? I came here to buy food, take my card. Matter of fact, leave a stack of cards right here. It really did. So to say what you're saying, yeah, you can start getting random phone calls, and that's why I see, that still works. You know what I mean? So I took it from there to the flyers, to the banners. Banners to me is like um, little mini banners to put around the place. You know what I mean? We could make 20 of those and have one billboard. So they like little billboards to me. You know what I mean? Until we get the billboard. You know what I mean? Until I want the billboard. You know what I mean? So I definitely speak to that. It's really about pushing yourself out here. You know what I mean? Everybody we speak to, we promoting our business. So business cards is a big fact. So now I just went to a networking meeting, a networking mixer event the other day in Manhattan, and they automatically I met somebody and this lady, and on her screen was her QR code on her phone screen. Like she didn't have to tap anything, she didn't have to go nowhere. She just opened her phone and say, "Here, scan this." Right? I do have a QR code on my business card, but it's physical. Right now, the way I like collecting people's information is I might have a pocket full of cards on me, but I would say I don't have it just so I could text you my card. You know what I mean? And now I got your number. So the app that she showed me, I am going to tweet it, and certify you can put it in the jumbo chat that everybody can utilize moving forward if they see that it makes sense for them. You do have to pay for it. I think it's $3 a month or something like that. But it's innovating. Now they scan my phone, they got my number, they got my links, they got my anything I want to show them is right there, and then also I got their number one snap. I know they have those cards that you can just tap somebody's phone, but I see people always flunking with it. They might go to the wrong phone and they doing the most, and it's like, yo, just take my card. You know what I mean? So, thank you for speaking on that. You got some more to speak on that?
Yeah, I wanted to add another measure to it. Also, this is a big one too. You also can go to the post office, right? And you can get direct advertisement from them. I think it's between like 10 to 30 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how they leave like a advertisement on your door, like they might advertise a restaurant that's in the neighborhood or something. That's because
Yes,
that's
that's big
because
shit.
yeah, that's
Right.
because they go to the post office and they give them their business cards or whatever it is, a pamphlet,
Yeah,
and when the
postcard.
people and when they're delivering the mail to wherever residents, they drop it off at each door or within that neighborhood.
Within that zip code.
Yeah,
So
within.
the big thing I see with that is that part right there is, I mean, everything is a number game, but that one is a majority number
Mhm.
game wins, right? So if you're gonna send out business cards or flyers, half of them go in the trash, right? Probably more than half of them going in the trash right now. I
Yeah,
see a bunch of realtors stuff come to my thing. I mean, how much times we throw it away, right? But it's gonna be how much times you see it before you say, you know what, let me call this person right here. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So I did hear that, and I heard about it's really a numbers game of how much if you're gonna do it every month, do 1,000 every month in one zip code, depending on how big how big that zip code is, right? So
Yeah, and it all
and
depends on like for example, let's say this is like a Jewish community or something, right? And you're gonna be opening up a kosher shop or a store or whatever. Like it's most likely gonna be big because that's the community that like that's something that they're gonna be interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their field, that's their lane, that's their taste. You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind you got to do your research on what your business is and how can it help that community. Like if it's a barber shop or something, or if you're going to go in certain neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, and you advertise your barber shop or services. Like it's really, you know what I'm saying, a free for all. Like they have bus benches. You know, you can advertise on bus benches.
yes,
Um,
sir. And
locally.
another thing to what you're speaking on, if you said it or didn't, another thing that I've got going on now that I'm looking into, because I do a lot of business to business where I would go on the main strip and, walk inside the store, the business, and let them know my business, give them a card or something, and see how I can help their business or how they can help my business, right? Especially if it's local. I'm in the office right now. And this strip right here has nothing but businesses. I say also if it's a new business, just like how you speaking on the Jewish community. I'm not Jewish. Now, if I want to tap into their community, say they got a restaurant over there that I know everybody in this neighborhood most likely go to or has been here forever or whatever it is. I could pay for their marketing. Like what you're speaking on, we can make one side some specials or they menu, and the other side my flyer. You know what I mean? But that's a partnership now. I go in there and I ask them, would you mind doing this and that? Or maybe it could be a brand new business and now they need marketing as well. Let's go half on the marketing. I'll go half on your marketing. You're gonna need flyers to go out there anyway, right? All right, so the cost would be what, $500 for etc. Okay, why don't we split that? We split that. One side be my flyer, the other side be your flyer, and I handle going to the post office myself and pick out this special zip code, and we're gonna make sure it goes out there.
Hmm.
That's
I
a
feel like
great.
that's
That's
something that's
great.
you should definitely utilize.
That's the next level of thinking. Going into the business, that's you coming with value. You going into that business, not only asking for a partnership. You're willing to put your money where your mouth is and say, look, you need flyers anyway. Why don't I pay for them, or why don't we go half for them? That's really coming different. Like I haven't heard anybody say anything like that before in my time frame. That's really coming different, and I see why you one check away and you stay with that check. I see.
Well, check away. So that's why my next question is, at least I mean we had a couple more people on here before. Um, the longer we stay on, the longer it will grow. The more consistent we are, the bigger this will grow. But I want to make sure that when we come on here, if there's any way that we can share value to one another, let us know. One hand really watching the other, and both hand really gonna watch the face, and that term don't even. It's still going on right now, so we can really go a lot further. I know right now we're all in different states. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, how can I get my shit down there in Memphis? Memphis, how can you get it over here in Queens? Staten Island, how can we get it over here? You know what I'm saying? So let's all like bridge the gap. So a lot of times it's just something that somebody else is doing. Now we need to maybe partnership with, or maybe it's affiliate marketing. I think that's what it's called anyway, right? We can have affiliate marketings with each other. To where, hey, you come over here and you can get the services that she offers as well. You know what I mean? Or especially if they both piggyback off each other.
All right, and
also, I just want us to keep building. You know what I mean? I like where this space is at, and I see where it's going.
All right, and every state have its own constitution, and they have different
speak on it.
States. So, for example, in my state, that they might be more lenient on property taxes and things like that. Like the former president Donald Trump or whatever, right? He has property down here. You know what I'm saying? He has a multi-million-dollar house in Boca or whatever. But he also have property in other states. You know what I'm saying? And he he can register his businesses in Florida and still use that same business in other states. For example, if you look at Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A headquarters is in the state of Georgia, right? But they have Chick-fil-A's all over the all over the states pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But they're registered, like their headquarters, their address is registered in Georgia. And you could do the same thing for your business, you know what I'm saying?
I like what you're saying, brother. That's a fact. I like what you're getting onto. Cause we had, all right, so for instance, what you're speaking on, I was in a car dealership, right? I'll be opening up a car dealership again, and I will pick a state like Texas or Florida. I have a license in Florida. My driver's license in Florida. I'm in New York. I do have a residence out there, address out there. So, I can reap the benefits that Florida got as opening up a dealership down there, where there's more benefits in Texas. So, but either way, wherever it's at, I can still sell cars in New York or wherever else. You know what I mean? But
right,
the restrictions I have is for that state. So that's 100.
Yeah, that's like you have a license in Florida, but you drive everywhere.
Right. Basically. Simplify.
Exactly.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, like
so I don't know if anybody answers. Is there any way, where anybody feel right now that we can kind of cross value what we got going on individually to help each other tomorrow? Today to help each other tomorrow. Because that's actually what this space is about. We're not just here to run our mouths. We're really here to add value, right?
Yeah,
so I really want to add value to what you guys got going on. I want to take some value. If it's not nothing we can say today, we definitely going to say tomorrow. So I would say the next space we're going to have is Wednesday, 6 p.m. And then after that, Sunday, 6 p.m. Definitely going to keep it consistent. I definitely want to see some of the same faces and a lot more new faces. Cute and classy. Did you have something you want to say? It looks like you got some stuff going on your page. Did you want to speak?
She is out. Pool party.
Oh, okay. She's still tuning in though. That's a big check.
But I do have one more measure I'm gonna say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm actually working on on building a website, because the law field Like I'm very good in that. Like that's my field. And I study like the laws. I'm studying laws in different states, international law, maritime law, all that stuff. So the website is pretty much going to be me putting links to each state, or like whatever state people is in. You know, it's going to show you the Constitution in that state. Um, if you want to look up the laws regarding credit, you know what I'm saying, or real estate, things like that, like the procedures that these companies have to follow, so you can see it for yourself, so you can
Yeah,
know
I
not get,
appreciate you. Sorry to cut you, but I appreciate that. That's big shit.
yeah,
That's heavy.
yeah, and it's gonna be free because all this stuff is public information, but people don't know how to piece it up and find it and put
Dog,
it
I felt
together.
that shit before you said it was gonna be free. I didn't. I honestly don't even want you to say it's free, right? Only because I don't want our people just to give shit away all the time. But I felt you was gonna say that it was free because of how you speaking
Yeah,
and what our people's need. That is a fact. You don't sound like an attorney. I don't think you're an attorney because attorneys have to speak certain and they can't say too much and they can't give away too much information, right? So, but you're waking up a website, so that's kind of
yeah, the
not attorney-ish. I know
yeah,
you're a bay. I would definitely. We got a club called Club Blue. Um, I would definitely want to invite you to that as well. We definitely need that over there. What you
mhm.
got going on? Um, Definitely any speaking arrangements or anything. I wanna network with you. So I am gonna DM you after this, and we'll stay connected, brother.
Bet. But
He
yeah, with
the
the
link.
attorneys,
What's the link you sent me about getting my house? What is it supposed to be doing?
oh yeah, he did the guy he discharged his mortgage.
Because of the laws and the paperwork, and I'm trying to read and see if I
Yeah,
can find some type of fraud in my paperwork.
yeah, it was pretty much a fraud that he discharged. Because the company's already got paid, and he's still paying off the property or whatever, and it was just all fraud because in Texas, um, you need to have to be registered with the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission, for any type of note, any type of security. So a mortgage, that's a security, right? Like when you fill out the paperwork, like that's a security. That's a note, a payable instrument or whatever, and they're supposed to have that registered with the SEC, for them to be able to sell it to another company, because that's what they do. They sell it to other companies after they get paid. But I was gonna say, but yeah, with the website, yeah, the website is gonna have like, so like, let's say someone lives in I'm gonna use Tennessee for example. They click on they see their state, they click on Tennessee, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of charts and tabs um on like on the different laws. So if you want to look at the Constitution, or if you want to look at the let's say you have a court case and you want to be able to pull your evidence, because I'm not trying to promote people to beat their own case and all that stuff, because not everybody could do that or have the capacity to. But I'm at least give it to them where you can go look at your evidence. You don't need a lawyer to you don't got to pay a lawyer just so you can look at the evidence that they have. You know what I'm saying? To request the discovery. Like pretty much I'm giving them like a template on that, because any like you have the right to get your evidence. You know what I'm saying? If they saying that you did this, you have the right to ask them, okay. And I'm just gonna be showing the people proper procedure, because attorneys, they don't know the law. They go to school to learn the procedures. Because they, if you ever notice that they never use the laws or the Constitution in the court. That's because there's too many laws for them to like it's over a
Wait,
billion.
wait, wait. Say that again, cause that just went over my head. I'm sorry about that. But you said they don't use the laws or the Constitution in court.
Yeah, lawyers, they don't use the Constitution. They use the procedures.
Okay,
They use
lawyers,
procedures.
right, right.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't teach you the law in law school. They teach you the procedures. And that's why they always like, for example, a case should not be lasting 2 years, 3 years, whether it's a murder case or anything. The reason it lasts all those time so long is because people waive their speedy trial. In my state, speedy trial is 175 days for a felony or 90 days for a misdemeanor. So you keep waiving that right because you have a right to a speedy trial, giving them more time to dig into the case so they can prepare. You know what I'm saying? And boom, like that's why they got you running in a circle. But when you don't waive that speedy trial, now that's more pressure. But I know we wasn't here to talk about the laws, but I'm pretty much yeah,
That's the fact, but we
yeah,
definitely need to hear about that, and we
yeah,
definitely will need to know how to certain laws could protect us or
yeah.
benefit us in business as well, and everything what we out here doing. So laws is a big factor in that, man. So
Yes,
we
yeah.
definitely
So
need it right
yes,
here.
so I'm also post like yeah, like the links to the laws and things like that to the website for the whatever state the people is in. I'm also post federal codes. People could also use.
Do you
I'm
already
also
have
put.
this website going?
You say if I have it now, I'm still.
Just to drop in. Faith does do websites as well.
Okay,
If you
okay.
already
No,
got it started.
I no, I have someone on the website
Okay.
definitely. But
Good shit.
yeah, just like little stuff like that to help people.
I
But that's
salute
it.
that, man. Salute that. Solidify. Do you had your speaker open to say something? Or?
Oh, I did not listening.
Okay, okay.
I just think that I just think that as we pursue business ideas and credit and so forth, if it's ways to get the credit and then get them the credit back because they didn't follow all the legal procedures, I'm willing to give it back versus paying it back.
Oh hell yeah. Property and everything. You know what I'm saying? Give me that.
Give me that, right? Because you messed up. Let me get that. Let me move.
You know what I'm saying? It's the lack of not knowing that's what we pay for. We pay for what we don't know. I mean,
All
so we
right.
can get paid for what we do know. I mean, when we do know something, man, hey, give us that. Give me back that. Sorry, you messed up right there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, do you want to conclude the space for the night? It's been an hour and 20 minutes now. I think with you, Prince, you're gonna have to jump into some spaces and get acquainted and mention the space, and you will have way more participants because
Yeah, I feel like that would be it as well. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to get my solidify on. You know what I'm talking about? and mix around and all that. So and that's what I'm willing to do. Provide value as well and get some value out of it. I'm just not chitty chatty. So it's like when I go into some of these spaces, I'm not. It have to be something that I'm willing to talk about. I feel something, whatever it is. But
well, you can frequent
business is something I'm always willing to talk about.
you can
Yeah.
frequent our space. We talk about this stuff all the time. Most of the people that was in the space
Right.
that joined, and I mean, it's
You're
way more.
right.
But we always have these conversations. And you can be confident enough to know that if I'm hosting it, co-hosting it, it's gonna I ain't got time.
That's a fact. Yes, man.
But I'm about to check though. It was nice building with y'all. Peace.
Definitely nice, man. We'll build some more. I appreciate you, Solidify. Appreciate you, Faith.
Thank you for
I
having
will
us.
end this. When I do grab this new phone, I am going to I'm gonna keep it on as long as possible. You know what I mean? And just keep it on to where it's not just for me. I want it to be for hey, people see that purple light on up top, man. They just hop on it and do what they gotta do. Um, whichever way we're gonna keep that going, we might have to move it from Twitter. But so far, I'm loving the Twitter. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving how we could. I'm loving the tools that they give to us so we could keep this going right now. So shout out to Twitter.
So you do know that some people run spaces live on YouTube, right?
You said they run it live because I'm just supposed to be live right now on YouTube, but I'm using the One Check Away account and I never went live on it. So they told me something about 24 hours. They counting down so I could go live. But you said you could put this space on live because I
Some
was just gonna
type
go
of way.
live and I was gonna record it and then put it on live.
No, some type of way Tariq be doing it and other different people with large accounts. They run the space as we are doing it, but they show it up on YouTube live, like
Mm,
going.
that's
Um,
big.
so
I'm gonna
you
have to
might want
definitely
to
look
try
into that.
the YouTube channel.
Faith, help me out with that, Miss YouTube Queen. Shit, help me out with that. I'm gonna look into that, do some homework. I got a lot of homework to do.
Go
Everything.
search YouTube. Go search some YouTube specifically Tariq Nasheed. I know he has done. It's somebody else. I done been in the space while they do it. But go and search that YouTube feed for spaces or whatever. I don't know, Twitter spaces.
Yeah, Twitter Spaces on YouTube and
If I
things like
find
that.
a topic of a space, I'll shoot you the link so you can review it and just see what it look like.
Appreciate you so much. All right, ladies, I'm gonna press this end. I'm gonna do some things and get up out of here since we already concluding this. Let's conclude it Wednesday. I'm gonna do this again. Wednesday, 6 p.m.